Hi everybody, the voice of fragrance here with another video. This time, it's going to be about a fragrance that could possibly save you $100 to $300. This one really surprised me. This is Triumphant Bronze Glory. Now this is by a company called NuParfums, and you have probably seen some other of their fragrances if you've been in TJ Maxx. They are the Black is Black line. These are not specifically made for TJ Maxx or Marshalls, I don't believe, but seem to be along the same vein as the true fragrance ones that I featured in a previous video. When I saw these, and there were 3 of them in the store, and they were just like this, there was no box or anything, which I always like when I see new fragrance there, because that way I can actually sneak a little sniff of it. I sprayed into the cap of one of them. I was like, oh, that's actually decent. Let me try this other one. And the other one was more of a blue fragrance, which is not up my alley at all. But this one, when I sprayed the cap, I was like, I couldn't believe what I was smelling. And I did spray myself just to make sure that it wasn't going to be there for like 5 seconds and gone. So I walked around the store in a while. And after about 5 minutes, I just said, I have to get this because this fragrance is only $10. But here are the notes, and here's what NuParfums says about it. Deliberately powerful, exaggeratedly sensual, and decidedly audacious. This spicy oriental blend makes for a signature composition determined to leave its mark. An explosive accord of chili, saffron, and tobacco duel with sensual undertones of vetiver and leather, a lasting tribute to a conquering hero every time. Now, one thing is they spelled duel wrong, but I love the conquering hero every time line. So, what does this smell like? This is basically one of the closest ringers I've found to Initio Rehab. It, of course, in that same vein, is also very close to Spicebomb Extreme. Now, the other fragrance that I smelled, the first one that I smelled, the black, I believe it was, that was really similar to the original Spicebomb. There is actually a listing on Parfumo.net for this fragrance. The notes are pink pepper, elemi resin, saffron, cinnamon, vetiver, and leather. It also says this was released in 2015. When I did some research on it, I did find a few videos which actually were in Spanish or different languages. I don't know if there's been a dedicated review to this fragrance in English yet, but people have talked about it and how it is similar to Spicebomb Extreme and Initio Rehab. So with those notes in mind, the Spicebomb Extreme ingredients listing is cumin, cinnamon, saffron, tobacco, vanilla, and bourbon. Now, Rehab is a little bit different. Bergamot, lavender, tobacco, cedar, patchouli, gaiac, sandalwood, vanilla, and musks. I bring those 2 fragrances together because Initio Rehab is a fantastic fragrance. I absolutely love it. But for $330 for a 90 ml bottle, it's not that much of a love for me. I would love to own it, but not for that price. And I was very happy when I got Spicebomb Extreme, and that was pretty darn close to Initio Rehab. This one is even closer. I am still amazed by it. Now, like I said, these fragrances that I saw in my TJ Maxx did not have a box, but I did find the actual real product with the box and everything, and it varied anywhere between $16 and $25. This is a 100 ml, 3.4 ounce bottle, and it really is worth it if you love that type of spicy, creamy vanilla, saffron, and resinous fragrance. So let's give a spray. Now, I will say, when I first tested this, I spray inside the cap, which is basically what I do. If I find a box that's open at TJ Maxx or anywhere else, I'll spray inside the cap, or if there is a box, I'll spray the inside of the box just so I'm not putting something I'm gonna hate on my skin. When I tried it on in the inside of the cap, it was very nice, wonderful. After I bought it and put it on my skin, I was like, oh, maybe I made a mistake. Because in the first few minutes, you can kind of smell the cheapness. Maybe it's the alcohol they use, I'm not sure what it is, but there's something that kind of smells cheap. However, every time I've worn this fragrance, that's gone away. So when I first sprayed this on my hand, I got a little bit of that not nice scent. It's not terrible, but it's just like, oh, this is not what I was expecting. But when that goes away, it's beautiful. For a $10 fragrance, this is blended very well. Nothing really sticks out between the saffron and the cinnamon, vanilla, and those things. Really nice combination of notes just to begin with, done very well. And I think if you are a fan of Spicebomb or Spicebomb Extreme, this is definitely one to look into. If you are a fan of 1 Million, the original, because that was a lot of leather and cinnamon in that, done in more of a clubbing aspect, but still a decent scent. This is a little step above that, more like I could even see this as a signature scent for someone. Since I am a big fan of resinous fragrances, I love Elemi, which is similar to frankincense, which is, between frankincense and myrrh, two of my favorite fragrance notes in perfume. So that's usually a winner for me right off the bat. I think this could be worn by just about anyone. It could be a special night or going out scent for a mature high schooler, college-age person, and you can go all the way up the age line till whenever it suits you or whenever it runs out, because I don't think this fragrance really has a definitive age range. Leaning towards more of a mature person. Definitely not an everyday scent or an office scent for a younger crowd at all. I could see this fragrance being worn definitely in the fall, so this is perfect for me right now. Fall, winter are going to be the prime time to wear this fragrance. I did say this could be a signature fragrance, but for the most part, that would be for a fragrance wearer who likes to push their fragrance or have someone be, have their fragrance be noticed. That type of signature scent would be good for someone of that nature. But I think this could also definitely fall into the category of being a special going out scent, dressing to impress for the right people. Not clubbing wise, this is a little bit on the mature side for that, but I could see someone who's trying to attract the right kind of crowd at the club wearing this. It kind of has a nice aura of opulence and specialty to it. The performance has been pretty good so far. I've only worn it out a few times. I just bought this yesterday. I wore it yesterday all day, and I did get whiffs of it throughout the day as I was driving, and it really pleased me. I was really happy to have this for $10. Longevity seemed to be average or above average, and the sillage or projection, I would say in the average range as well. I wouldn't consider this to be a highly challenging fragrance, not anything animalic, but definitely not something for someone who only likes the Acqua di Gio or the crisp, clean, fresh fragrances. So why would you buy this? Well, there's the reason right there, if you can see that. $10. Well, I guess I got this at Marshall's, not TJ Maxx. $10 for this. That is an amazing price for this fragrance, which was basically under the radar. And with its similarity to my nose, an extreme similarity to the two fragrances I've mentioned before, that is a huge reason to buy this to smell good for a really good price. Why would you pass? If you're not a fan of a deeper, spicy, or resinous fragrance, this is not going to be for you. So like I said, this was $9.99 plus tax. It's worth a lot more than that to me. In fact, because I have this, I am seriously considering selling my Spicebomb Extreme bottle because I think it's going to be redundant. Even though I like Spicebomb Extreme, I'll probably end up doing a review or a video that has all three of these side by side just to see who wins, because I think it would be pretty close. If I were to give this fragrance a rating right now, it's going to be a 9. I think that's kind of dependent on how well the performance will go during the colder weather, but honestly, it's a great fragrance. Probably more of an 8.5, but for $10, I'm gonna raise that up a half a point because it's an amazing fragrance for $10. So if you have seen these in your Marshalls or TJ Maxx, don't pass them up. Hopefully they'll be out of the box like this, or if you see this one and know that you like Spicebomb Extreme, just pick it up for $10. If you see the black one and like Spicebomb, that one was fine as well. I think it was quite good. I would hope it would have the same type of performance that this does. For $10, you really can't go wrong. If you have tried this fragrance, please let me know what your thoughts and experiences are with it down below in the comments. And if you've had any of the Triumphant fragrances or the Black is Black line, let me know. I do have one of the Black is Black. It was okay. It was an oud fragrance. It's a synthetic oud, but it was also very cheap. And it was just something to have in my collection that I wanted to try for a cheap price, and it wasn't bad. I don't think these are made to be expensive or anything like that, and then they're given to TJ Maxx for a good price and the price goes down a bunch. I think these kind of retail for around $25, $26 to begin with. Still a great deal. So I'm not one to start a hype train, but this fragrance is kind of worth it. It's that good, and I think you'll like it a lot. Let me know what your thoughts are down below, and if you see any of these fragrances or any other great pickups and things that you found at TJ Maxx, Marshalls, or the like. All right, thanks a lot for watching, and I'll talk to you soon.